Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Welcome back to me, because I'm back at home base after a fascinating excursion to Canada. The first time I'd been to Canada, and Toronto was a very welcoming city. I had a great time, as always, at the World Sudoku Championships. And thank you very much to Simon for keeping you guys in touch with what was going on out there. Now, I landed yesterday afternoon. I am tomorrow competing in the Times Crossword Championship in its first reincarnation after a 3-year gap. So the first time for 4 years that has existed. And we'll see, I'm defending a title there. But just in case anybody didn't see what happened at the World Sudoku Championship, let me just bring up a picture here of, oh, let me also get rid of my stupid face. There we go. So this is the presentation for the over 50s trophy. I'm totally glossing over the fact that the competition was won by Tan Dai over Teet Vunk, Kota Morinishi and Ken Endo, who are all of them more than twice as good solvers as I am, demonstrably. But I was mainly hoping to do okay in the over 50s Sudoku Championship, and this photo shows Laura Tarchetti of Italy, Philippe Meyer of France, Thomas Snyder, the organizer and creator of many of the puzzles and host of the World Sudoku Championship tournament, the very famous Thomas Snyder, friend of the channel and creator of Snyder Notation, of course. Myself looking intensely smug with the box that was given to me, and Will Shorts, the incredibly famous New York Times puzzle editor who made the presentation, who is a board member of the World Puzzle Federation and was there as well. And it was an absolute delight. Here is what was in the box. You won't be able to see at this resolution that it says first place Senior World Sudoku Championship, Toronto, Canada, October 2023. And thanks very much to Canada for hosting that, to Thomas for creating and collating the puzzles, and to Will for his efforts, and very well done to the other people on that podium. Now, after that was over, the UK Sudoku team, along with teams from pretty much every nation, apart possibly from USA and Canada, headed off to a day at Niagara Falls, which was very exciting. Here's some of my teammates, and then here's me in front of what is the American Falls and the bridal, whatever it's called, bridal shower, that would be wrong, on my right, and on my left the Canadian Horseshoe Falls that make up Niagara Falls. Fantastic. If you live there, you're bored by it. If you don't, you're amazed by it, and it's fantastic. So that is what has been going on. And I was delighted to be there. I didn't stay on for the World Puzzle Championship, which is happening now. I wish particularly Neil Zussman and James McGowan well, as my compatriots, who are very good. They are much higher ranked in puzzles than I am in Sudoku, and I wish them all the best. But also people like well, I mean, Ulrich, Ken Endo, they will be solving puzzles at speeds that just boggle the mind. Again, some of the competitors in that, I've probably missed the best ones, but we'll recap at some point on who's done well in it. And yeah, looking forward to that now. I have to get my face back because that is vital. It's not vital, but it's normal. So there we go, here I am again. And the puzzle I'm going to look at today, because I am not sated with Sudoku, despite the fact that I pre-recorded my videos for the channel, and therefore you've seen me solving Sudokus from quite some time ago. Believe me, I have done quite a lot of puzzles in the last few days. I haven't got a booklet with me to show you all the puzzles, but I believe there were 100 puzzles in the competition. Only the top 3 or 4 who got into the playoffs had to do the last 10. So the rest of us had a potential 90 puzzles to attempt. And I probably did make attempts at some 65 of those. Probably solved correctly about 45 of them. And it was great fun, but I should feel tired from doing it. I really should. I mean, I'm tired from flying, but I'm really, really invested in looking at this puzzle by James Sinclair, one of my favourite constructors, of a sort that we wouldn't have got in the championship, but looking forward to giving this a go. So we'll do that in a minute. Now, the time has ticked over. It is finished for the World Puzzle Champion. I've got that on the brain. For the Patreon reward, the trick or treat for this month. The 20th was the deadline. That is today. So sorry if you hadn't entered that yet, but we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of correct entries. Very well done to everybody who sent an answer in, and thank you to the Skunkworks for creating it. Don't forget our apps on the links under the video, along with Sven's Sudoku Pad and the merchandise. We welcome any contact, any interest, any purchases. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. We are very grateful. Yes, where did I finish overall? I finished 40th is my official ranking, but 48th in terms of the 200 odd solvers who were actually there. But I see that as 48 out of 7 billion rather than 48 out of 200. Now, let's go through the rules of Forgiven by James Sinclair. I don't know why it's called Forgiven, but normal Sudoku rules apply. So we'll be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. James has given us a given digit. Not entirely normal for him. Digits cannot repeat on the indicated diagonal. Now, the indicated diagonal would normally, and in James's original would normally be, and in James' original was, blue. Because the other lines in this puzzle are blue, I've made that purple for contrast. And frankly, it could be called a Renban line anyway, and it would be exactly the same solve. But digits cannot repeat on that diagonal, so it's a set of 1 to 9. Digits along blue lines have the same sum within each 3 by 3 box the line enters. So that cell will add up to the same as those 3, for instance, which will be the same number as that one and those 2. But different lines can have different sums. Digits in cells with a shaded square, that's that one, must be even. Digits in cells with a circle must be odd, that's those 2, and that's it. Give it a try on the link under the video. I'm looking forward to getting into the logic of this, because you always get a look inside James's head, and it's always very interesting. But I am going to restart my clock and say, let's get cracking. And what I would normally do is note the cells which are 1 cell, but have a 3 cell sum. So here, those 3 have to add up to at least 6, because they must be at least 1, 2, 3. And these will be the same. Let's colour them a colour. Oh, and that's very interesting. Right, immediately we get a bit of a breakthrough by considering that those have to be the same because they're on the same line and they're 1 cell in each box. And where does that digit go in box 1? It can't go there by Sudoku. It can't appear on its own line, which has more than 1 cell in the box. So that can't be the same. And therefore it's here. And therefore it's even. And therefore it is now 6 or 8 in those purple cells. And they're all the same. And then if we look down here, one of these 2 is purple, because that even digit can't go in this odd cell. Now, it could go here if it was a 6 and be on this line, which could add up to 9. But here's another of these cells. And this one I'm going to colour green for contrast, and it's there as well. That's not as helpful as the way purple worked, but this line looks very symmetrical. So let's call this blue. Oh, but blue could be the same as purple. It can't be the same as green because there's 1 of each of them in row 6. So blue could be the same as purple. But look, blue is going to do exactly the same thing as purple up here. Blue can't go in those cells. Can't go in those cells, not by Sudoku, but by region sum line methodology. Again, because if that equals x, then that can't be x because those two must have a value, is the algebraic form. So blue is there. Ah, and look, blue and purple are on the same diagonal line that is not allowed to have repeats on. So we do know that blue is not purple. We know that green is not purple from this line. So we've got 3 of the 4 big digits, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, what are the odds that these red cells, which are on another line, are the 4th? Look, I think this might work. Red can't be the same as blue from column 6. Red can't be the same as purple from box 2. Can red be the same as green, though? I think it can. Ah, hang on. Where does green go in box 5? Those are ruled out from being green. That is ruled out from being green because it's on a 2-cell region sum line. So green is in one of those in box 5. Oh, I was going to complete purple. One of these is purple, but I think it can be on that line if red is 9. Oh, look, 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 look. This is brilliant. I was forgetting my focus of trying to prove that red wasn't green, and I've suddenly realised I've done it now. I've said green is in one of those cells in box 5. That is definitely true, because those are ruled out by Sudoku, and that by region sum line rules. So green is in one of those cells, so it can't be the same as red, because if you filled both of those cells with the same digit, none of those could have that digit in. But one of them does have a green digit in. So red is different from green. So we have got the 4 big digits, our purple, green, blue, and red. Now we just have to figure out which is which. I don't think green and red are as helpful in the corners. Like these greens rule out those cells from being green, and that one does because it's on a region sum line with other bits. But all that tells me is that one of these is green, and I don't think... Ah, where's green on the diagonal? Yes, all of green, red and blue are 6, 7, 8 or 9 because they all have 3-cell counterpart runs in another box. Yeah, where is green on this marked diagonal? It's not there because of column 3. It's not there because of that same cell. It's also not here and here because of this cell. So all of these cells on the diagonal can't have green in. That one can't for the region sum rule. That one can't because it's purple, and we know green is different from purple. We know green is different from blue, and we know green is not 4. So we can whack green in the corner. That's green in the corner. That's green in the spotlight, losing its religion. So we get to place green over here in box 7. Now, can that be green? The answer is no, because although green could be 6, this can't be 9 because it had to be even. So that's the green in column 2. Oh, don't say I'm going to run out of steam. One of those is green. But green could be here because red could be 9. Okay, now let's think about where does red go on the diagonal. We've got purple, blue and green on the diagonal, but I think we might get some profit out of red. Yes, look, these 2 reds say that red can't be in any of those cells. So the only cell left that can be red, remember, it can't be 4. That 4 given digit is doing so much brilliant work. Red has to be there. And now that is less than this green. Oh, I'll tell you something else really interesting. I think that purple, yes, purple cannot avoid both of these lines. Is that right? This is really crucial if this is true. If purple avoided those cells, I don't know how to show them. Let's just make them bright blue for a second. So I am speculating that purple, either purple not being 6 or green. No, okay. I'm just asking, can purple avoid these blue areas? Which it would have to if it was 8. It couldn't be on them, or they would get too high and explode their region sum lines. So if purple did avoid them, we would have a purple cell here and a purple cell here. And where could purple go in box 9 if it was 8? This is what I'm talking about. If purple was 8, it would have to go in these cells in row 9 and column 9. And then where could it go in box 9? It wouldn't be allowed there by Sudoku. It couldn't be here because that would explode the region sum line, and it's not allowed to be blue. There'd be nowhere for it. So purple is not 8, and we've got a digit. Purple is 6. And it does go in one of the bright blue areas. Oh no. That's not necessarily true, because now purple could go in those 2 cells and end up in one of these 2. I mean, I've got to a fancy way of saying that if purple ends up here, then blue is 9 with a 6, 2, 1. If purple ends up in one of these 2, then red is 9. And if purple ends up in this one, then green is 9. So one of green, red or blue is 9, but we kind of knew that was the case. Well, no, okay, we can say that we've got a 6, 2, 1 run somewhere in one of these 3 sets, and that might be interesting. Haven't found a use for these other circles. I need to think about this now. Or maybe I just need to do a bit more geometry. Yes, of course, I was about to do this. Red is less than green. So red is 6, 7, oh, red can't be 6. Aha! Red is 7 or 8. In fact, none of these can be 6, because we know purple is 6. Red is smaller than green because of this line. So red is now 7 or 8. And green has to be bigger and is 8 or 9. And this cell is a 1 or 2, being the difference between red and green. Now, how does that relate to blue? Well, red has to have a 1 in its 3-cell line, because it's now not 9. So this was a 1, 2, 3. I hadn't even thought about that. That's an X-wing on 1s. So there's a 1 in one of these cells. I wonder if we can get to a position where we can say one of these has to be a 2, 3, 4. No, we did get to the position where one of them has to be a 1, 2, 6 line. That is now not here, because it's blue or green that is 9. Ah, where does blue go in row 7? We've got those 2 blues. Oh, hang on, it's the same deal. Right. Blue is not 6. Oh, it's much easier. Where does it go in column 3? It doesn't go on this line, because if you put a 7 on this line, it's got to add up to at least 10. So blue is there. Now in box 1, blue is in one of those cells. And now where does it go in box 7? That's gorgeous. It can't go here, because that would explode this line. So it goes here. And now we know that blue is odd. 7 or 9. And it doesn't actually put any digits in as I thought it would. But blue is there in this circle. What? So one of those 2 is blue. We've got blue on the diagonal. I think we may... Are we done with the diagonal? Probably not, but I don't know quite what we're meant to do with it next. Now, if blue is 7, this is a 1, 2, 4 triple. And if it's not, it's 9, and that's 8, and this is 7. Maybe I need to paint a bit more colour into the grid. So let's do red. There must be reds in each of these dominoes that I'm marking. These can't be red. And that can't be red. So red's in one of those. One of these two is red, because red can't be the same as green. Ah, come on. What am I missing? Can that be green? That would be interesting if it couldn't, because then... Ah, look at these two greens. Where is green, which is 8 or 9, in this box? We know exactly where it is. It's there. And now what can't be there? Red can't be there. Purple. Oh, purple can be here. No, purple can't be here because the total of red is 7 or 8. You can't put a 6 on a 3-cell 7 or 8 line. So, oh, I see. So purple is there. This can be a 6. This is different from this pair because this can be a 6-2-1 line. Oh, and this can have a 6 on. Oh, it all depends whether blue or green is 9. I don't know the answer. Oh, it's so clever, this. I love this. This is, well, not the sort of puzzle. Oh, look, not the sort of puzzle you get at the WSC. Green is in one of those two. That must be green, because we've got this green ruling it out of here. We know green isn't red. So that is now not green. One of these two definitely is. Green is 8 or 9. I might as well put that in. It's not the most helpful total for this odd line, but still, it is what it is. Right, now what am I missing? Blue. Didn't get very far with red. I thought we were going to have a bit more positioning ability. Red is 7 or 8, so it's not in those cells. So in this box, it's got to be in one of those 4. Can't quite see what that's telling me. We've got red on the diagonal. We've got red, blue, green and purple on the diagonal. Everything else is from 1, 2, 3, 5 on the diagonal. Oh, one of these is green. That's green. So we know where all the greens are, in fact, I think. All of the grid greens are marked now. I don't think it's helping, but it's true. There's a little diagonal run of them there. Yeah, okay, all the greens are marked. Now, can we extend this? We've got a lot of the blues marked, but not all of them. Ah, yes, okay. These can't be blue by Sudoku because of those cells. Ah, this is it. This is it. That can't be blue because of this one on the diagonal. So blue is on this line. And therefore it's not 9. Blue is 7. And therefore the 9 has to be green, doesn't it? Well, yeah, I mean, let's do it step by step. 7 on this diagonal makes red 8. 8 makes green 9. Bam, in they go. And this 9 has got a 7 on it, so it's a 7-2 pair. This is a 1, which figures both from the 2 appearing there and from 8 and 9 needing a 1 to make the difference, right? That 1 comes out of those cells, as does 2, because 2's on that pair. So this is now a 3-5 pair. On the rest of the diagonal, we're left with a 1-2 pair and a 4-6 pair in box 5. Now, this is now 1, 2, 4 to add up to 7 down here. This one, I want to say it can't have a 2 in it, but I don't know. Now, didn't we have to have a 6-2-1 line? Yes, purple had to be a 6 somewhere. Look, we've got that purple. Oh, I could have done this way a while ago. And purple is 6. So it can't go on that grey dot, that grey circle, that's why it's there. Purple goes there, this can't be purple, and this is purple. Let's get rid of these light blue shadings. I don't know what I've done there. This one is purple now, and is 6, therefore. And there's a purple in one of those. No, hang on, there's a purple here, isn't there? Yes. And therefore not here. Therefore there is here. And the last purple in the grid is there. And that's all the purples done. So we've got all the purples and greens done. This is a 7. We've got quite a few blues placed that I'd forgotten about. That's a 7. Maybe I can't finish those yet. But one of these is a 7. Can I do more reds? Don't know. There being a red somewhere around here. I don't know. There's something about the perimeters. It's going to push a red into one of those places. Now I don't know. Let's just let's look at this again. If this is 1, 2, 5, we have a 1, 2, 3, 5 quad here. If the 8 makeup is 1, 3, 4 in box 3, then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 makeup here. Oh, hang on, what's this? This is 3 or 5 because it's not 8. Ah, there is an 8 in one of these cells. 8 is red. So that's where red goes in column 8. It can't go here on the blue line, so we can place it in box 1. This cell is now not 7 or blue, it is just red, and red is 8. So blue has come here to finish its journey as a 7. How about the 8s? Yes, that's looking at this cell. That makes this one red, that's 8. This is now where 8 goes in column 3. That's going to fix all the reds down here, and all our reds are suddenly done. So it's just blues of the 6, 7, 8, 9 digits that we haven't finished. This is a 5 to finish the box. 5 doesn't get a colour. It's a naughty digit. That is 3 or 5 to complete the box. Now, there's a 4 in one of these. This row needs a 2, 3 and a 5. Am I going to have to colour the other cells? I don't know. I still don't know. If this is 1, 2, 5, that's a 3, 4 pair. If this is 1, 3, 4, that's 2 on top of 5. Ah, we're not finished. That's strange. 4 is in one of those. Oh, this 9 and 6, that's a 2, 1 pair. Oh, I forgot that. Right, that makes this a 3. And maybe we don't need that extra colouring. We can't put both 4 and 5 there in row, what's its face, row 3. So one of them has to end up here. Oh, we've got a 3, 4 pair to fill in box 4. 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, in this column I can place 4 now, down at the bottom. This is a 5, 7 pair. This must be a 1, 2 pair that I can fill in. 3 and 5 down here. That gives me a pair in the bottom row, making this a 1, 2 pair that I can fill in. That fixes 7 and 2 in the middle box. I get to complete my colouring on greens, I reckon. Blues, not greens. Don't know why I said greens. Must love salad too much. I don't. So this is coming now. I think we're not going to have to do anything very clever anymore. That is 3. Oh, look, there's a 1, 2 pair here. Lovely, in the row 7. Now there's a 1-2 pair there, and that's interesting for this 8 sum, which can't have both 1 and 2 on it, and whichever one it's got on it is here, and that's going to have to be a 1. Now this pair must now be 3 and 4, and that's how the 8 is made up, and that 1 is going to do a lot of damage. 2 on the diagonal gives us this one, which resolves a 1-2 deadly pattern that isn't deadly because of the diagonal. That 3 now is sorting out the 4-3 pair, that becomes a 5. Now it's efficiency. This is a 5 in the column, that's a 3. This is a 5-4 pair, that's a 3. That fixes 5 and 3. Bottom 3 rows complete. Oh, 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion, letting me complete rows 4, 5, and 6. And then a 5-2 pair up here. 2 and 4 in row 2. 1 and 3 up here. Now, I will give you a little warning that mostly because of the Times Championship, I had pre-recorded a video for tomorrow, which will go up, and a video for the next day, which was going to be gas, and has me talking as though it's the 22nd. But Simon has sent me some sort of birthday puzzle to do for the 22nd. So the gas video will go up on the 23rd, despite claiming it's for the 22nd. Warning in advance, because it's a busy time for me in the competition sphere. That's a really good puzzle, James. I enjoyed that a lot. Very clever, very neat. You can literally see all the logic he's put in from the way you have to solve it. And I think that adds an elegance and a beauty to a puzzle. And James hits that spot so many times. Definitely one of my favourite constructors, and that was a great puzzle. So, thanks to him for sending it to us. Thank you to you for watching and for the kind words about the championship lately. We'll see how the crosswords go tomorrow. But I will be back recording another video for the I'll be recording the video for the 22nd. So I will say something on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now.